Hari Om everyone, welcome to this class on Purusha Sukta. We shall start with the chanting first. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannuti Sid Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So we are starting this 16th class on Purusha Sukta. The first two classes we just did chanting, and after that we are looking at the meanings also. So earlier we have seen the deeper meaning, most of it. Now we are going into little bit more details to explore the different concepts in a more easier language. So when we have seen so far mostly about the first three parts, right? First three parts where the Purusha, the universal soul, manifests this uh, visible universe, Brahmanda, and through there the Brahmanda Deha, Brahmand becomes his body, and he enters through that as the Purusha, the consciousness, which is going to uh, run this universe, which is going to be the basis about how this universe is going to function. So in the earlier class, we have seen about what is our relationship to this universal soul, the Paramatma. What is our relationship? How we should approach? How should we surrender? So Yat Purushena Havisha Deva Yajnamatanvata. Not just our relationship, meaning the human's relationship, but also the relationship of the different beings also. So devas, the pashu, and all that we see. So next is what is his relationship to us? What is the Lord's relationship to us? How does he enter our lives, or how does he, enter into a plane where he is supposed to be what we call nirle, unconnected, unattached. The Lord is supposed to be unattached. Brahma is asangoham, asanga, without any kind of relationship. So yet, without having any kind of relationship, he still has a relationship with us. So what is that relationship? So this is in the fourth part. Only one word, of course, but we'll go through this whole part. Tena deva ayajantah sadhya rishayascha ye tasmad yagya sarvahutah samritam prishadajyam Vashuganstagaschakre vayavyanu aranyan gramyascha ye tasmad yagyat sarvahutah richassamani jagnire chandagamsi jagnire tasmat yajustasmad ajayat. So tasmad yagyat sarvahutah. This is the through yagya he connects to us. Through yagya, this Lord is available to us. He is functioning in this world through his power. Tasmad yagyat sarvabhuta. So earlier it was the jivas, how they function, what is their relationship. From here on, it is the Lord's relationship with us. So what kind of relationship is there to us? So we have a lot of questions. Some things I have said to you earlier about how Lord is asangaha, unattached, how he is karmphal data. But when we examine his relationship to us in the universe, some contradictions appear. So how does Vedanta resolve those contradictions, or how does it make us understand how both this is a very crucial part which is covered in the Avatar Rahasya also of the Bhagavad Gita, right? So I'll just pick up those verses when we reach there. So for now, what do we understand? What this Shruti Ma, Bhagavati Shruti is telling about this Parabrahm Paramatma, and how this, first of all, this creation happened, Srishti Prakriya, and then Virat is formed, the Brahman Shariram, and then the Virat Purusha and enters there, taking up these different upadhis, where it appears as the jivas, different jivas at different levels, the individual level, then at the deva level, or the more wider level, and so all the intermediate levels. Now the question here arises is that after all of these appearances or these births, is there any change? That is very important. Does Paramatma change when he does this creation, right? Is there any kind of vikar, a modification to him? So we have heard earlier also that Brahman cannot be with vikar. He cannot have any kind of parts. He cannot be with divisions. Huh? So this Virat Purusha, when he manifests all of these infinite forms, then if he would have, we say, if he would have divided himself, then he would be considered to be limited. So this is a very deep problem in Darshan Shastra, in the different philosophies that we have. So if we have heard earlier also, there are broadly categorized 9 philosophies that were present in the Indian subcontinent. The 6 are the Vedic Darshan Shastras, and 3 are what we call the Gnostic Darshan Shastras. So the Vedic Shastras are Nyaya, which is logic; Vaisheshik, which is the universe at the individual or at the particular level, at the level of particles. Then you have Sankhya, the universe at the macro level. Then you have Yoga, the psychological aspect of the universe, the mental aspect, the thought aspect. And then we have Purv Mimamsa and Uttar Mimamsa. Purv Mimamsa is all about yajna, karma, action, and all that. And Uttar Mimamsa is finally about the Vedant that we are studying mostly over here, right? So through this Vedant and Uttar Mimamsa, we are studying the action part and the soul part. So the soul being unmodified, that is what we are studying through Vedanta. So these are the 6 philosophies. Then the other 3 Gnostic ones are, first one is Charvak, which does not believe in any kind of creation or God. It sees only 4 elements. It does not even accept space. And Charvak is what we call a Gnostic philosophy. No belief in any kind of God. It is a philosophy basically of hedonism. खाओ पियो मौज करो, कुछ भी होने नहीं वाला है. There is no afterworld. There is no rebirth. There is no such thing. The Pandits are making fool of yourself. They are taking your dakshina and enjoying. So therefore, you should not go to them. That is their philosophy, and it is still there. It is still there among people. Of course, in old times, it was totally destroyed. Logically, it was totally thrashed. So therefore, it went out of existence. You won't even find books. There are not, the original books are not present of Charvak, but there are the books that have debated it. So they have presented their debates. From that, you can collect some parts, and some modern writers also, they collated them to write a newer theory. That is around the 13th, 14th century. We have a few writers who wrote. So this is one less recognized philosophy, but the more recognized philosophy is Gnostic, Jaina, and Buddhism, right? So they represent, they do not accept Veda as Pramana. So basically, what is our definition? Any philosophy that accepts the Veda as Pramana, or any philosophy that doesn't accept, is a Gnostic. The one that accepts is an Astika. So out of these Astic philosophies, the 6 that we have seen, the Veda is one way of saying it, right? It's one way of saying that you should accept the Veda. But what is another more simpler way of saying it? All our 6 philosophies accept consciousness as the basis of everything. So any philosophy that doesn't accept consciousness as the basis of everything, that also is Gnostic. So today's philosophies, today's science also will come under Gnostic, because they say that consciousness is born out of the contact of the mind with the sense objects. Just similar to Nyaya. Though Nyaya is, of course, more refined. So modern science is also not as open-minded as most people think of it. So modern science has a lot of roadblocks, logical roadblocks. So that because of that, we will say modern science is also Gnostic. Why? Not because the belief in God or anything else. Mainly, Gnostic represents the non-belief in Vedas, or in a more simpler way, as I said, non-belief that the consciousness is the ultimate substratum. So in quantum, we are getting somewhere closer to that. In quantum, when the observer is there, the object is there. When the observer is gone, the object is gone. So the observer is the substratum of everything. That is what we say in Vedanta also. But they haven't gone explored the full realm of that. Right. So these are the six and three nine philosophies which enumerate these things. So how were they expressing earlier? Our Darshan Shastras, what are the first points of how they start to analyze? How do they do this analysis? So from this Astik Darshanas, the first problem is what I said earlier, that this Ishvara, this Bhagwan, this Paramatma, because he has created these jivas, is there some kind of modification? Is there some kind of vikara? So therefore, if there is some kind of vikar, if we accept that, then he will be also vinashi. He will perish at one time, because anything that has parts or anything that has divisions will one day perish. We see that in all the things of the universe. जो भी विकारवान है उसका अंत होना ही है, right? So therefore, how do we correct this? So we also say that in lot of the jivas, there is at any one single time, there is sukha and dukkha. So all the jivas will have sukha and dukkha at the same time. So because of this difference, if all were same, everyone will be happy, sukhi at the same time, or everyone would be dukhi at the same time. So therefore, we accept that there is definitely some kind of difference. There is some kind of bheda. So therefore, that Purusha cannot have manifested this universe without there being some kind of bheda. But opposite to that, some people, what do they say? That Ishwar is nirlep. He is not attached to anything in the universe. Shruti also says asangoyam Purusha. So this Purusha is asangaha. He is not connected to anything in this world. So this is another belief, the second one. So now if you examine this, what is the flaw here? इसमें क्या गड़बड़ हो जाती है? So if we say that if Paramatma is totally nirlep, so then this Paramatma will he be necessary to provide the karma phalam? So karma phalam is not, Paramatma is not necessary, because whatever karma that you will do, the phala will come to you automatically. So Ishvara, we say, not necessary. Of course, there is one logical fallacy there. एक गड़बड़ फिर भी है, because if we say that karma cannot provide the fruit by on its own. Why? Because karma is jada. Karma is non-sentient, right? So it cannot act on its own. So some sentient entity has to be there. But even if we accept this sentient entity, even if this Ishvara is there, that he is providing this karma phalam, then what is his role? जिसको जो कर्म फल मिलना दे दिया, बस खत्म. So then what kind of independence he has? उसमें तो कोई स्वतंत्रता नहीं है. Ishvara doesn't have any kind of independence in that case, right? So in Purva Mimamsa also, in Bodha also, in Jainism also, they hold on to this thought that Ishvara will give you the karma phal according to whatever you have done. Whatever you have done earlier, वैसा कर्म किया वैसा ही फल मिलेगा. If there is any kind of difference, then Ishvara will have two defects. This we saw in Vedanta also earlier, if you remember. What are the two defects? Naigrhinya dosh, pakshapat dosh. So Naigrhinya is ghrina. Ishvara will be having ghrina. He is not giving someone the phala that he is supposed to get. That is one. And the one is pakshapat. Someone is his favorite. So he will be giving the good fruit to those who are doing those who are his favorites. So in this way, we understand that the karma phalam will only go according to whatever has been done. So what is this? What problem does this create? This create the problem that why should we do upasana? हमें पूजा करने की, रोज आरती जलाने की क्या जरूरत है? We don't need to do any kind of puja, archana, or like this. Na? If he cannot give us something different, if I'm asking something he cannot give, then if he will if he is nirlepta, if he is not connected to us, that means that he cannot be with any raga and dvesha. Ishwar cannot have raga and dvesha. So therefore, why should we need to do upasana? Why should we need to do kind of any kind of prayer, or why should we need to ask him anything from this prayer? But earlier we have seen what Ishvara is like the parent, right? Whatever we ask, he will do his best to give to us, provided our bhava is pure, our bhava is good. So he will be there. Just like the parents, they always give to their children. Whatever, if the children are bad or children are good, they will always be there. They will not turn him away, or they will not say कि you did so much amount of work, इतना काम तुमने किया, इतना ही मिलेगा. It's not like you are doing a job. Parents will give you whatever you need. So same way, God is also like our parent. So these two kinds of problem we face. So do we accept Ishvara as Nirvikaraha, or do we accept Ishvara as the one who listens to our prayers, right? As a subject of our, as the object of our upasana, जिसके प्रति हम अपनी उपासना को व्यक्त करते हैं. So because in this astic darshanas, like we say this kind of upasana will be successful. So, and whereas in Sankhya, Bodh and Jain, they do not accept this. So some of them, they do not even accept Ishvara. In both Bodh Dharma, there is no Ishvara. In Jain Dharma, there is no Ishvara. So therefore, they say that there is no need for Ishvara to be accepted as Srishti Karanam. There is no need. So Mimamsa ones, what do? They accept this karmfal, that the karmfal is given by what they call apurvaha. So apurva is what? You are doing a karma, आप कर्म कर रहे हो, you are doing a karma. Because of that, some condition is generated. That condition is apurva. And that condition will give you karma phala, and then it will destroy. Then it will go away. So we saw what is the flaw there, that without any chetan karma phaladata, karma cannot act upon its own. Karma is not chetana, karma is jada. So therefore, this karma or apurva, whatever different names you give, it will not be able to give this karma phalas. You have to have some conscious entity who will give you this karma phala. So some people have accepted Ishvara as nirlep, and others have said that no, is not, that is not so, because even the Vedic Shastras say this. Shruti says again and again that this Paramatma, through what we call Akram Srishti, non-linear creation, through non-linear creation, he listens to our prayers and he answers them, and he also gives us what we ask for, whatever be the right amount. So therefore, in the Upanishads, it is also said that Ishvara becomes dukhi. He becomes sad with the sad of the jivas. When you are sad, your Ishvara is also becoming sad. That is also said in the Upanishad. So what do the Shruti do? How you resolve? Because what is the rule of Shruti? Shruti का नियम क्या है कि whatever is written in Shruti has to be correct, even if two opposite things are said. So if two opposite things are said, you have to understand that you apply to different situations or different levels, right? अलग अलग स्थान पे उसको आपको लगाना है. It has to be true in both. श्रुति में जो लिख दिया वो सही है, and it has been proved by our acharyas also, by our teachers also, how any kind of apparent contradiction is appearing. लग रहा है कि विरोध है, but होता नहीं है. There is never any kind of virodh in Shruti. That is the beauty of our Shruti or our Vedic thought. So now we have seen here, first we see Ishvara as Nirlep or Asangaha, someone who is non-attached or without any kind of feelings to the beings. So now to explain that thing, those who say that he is not Nirlepa, what do they say? That Ishvara is not connected to the bad things. Adharm se uska lep nahi hai. He is not connected to adharm, and he does not have asad gunas. He does not have the bad gunas, but he has the good gunas. That is why he is called Nirguna. that also doesn't appear to be correct. ठीक नहीं लगता है, कुछ गड़बड़ है ना? So because of that, one is accepting nirlepta, another is not accepting nirlepta. So we have two kinds of drishtikon, two kinds of thought. So this is resolved by what we will see as the अवतारवाद. अवतारवाद के थ्रू हम इसको समझते हैं. So this similar thing is seen in outside religions also, like in Christianity also. They have this transcendent God and the immanent God. So this Ishvara is having two different characteristics. Or in Quran also it is said, so this Ishvara is the best, Allah is the best deceiver. So therefore he has human qualities, that is mentioned there. So therefore there is some kind of involvement of the Lord with the beings. So what do the Christians say? That Jiva, the individual, he does sin. इंसान पाप करता है, जीव does sin, and that sin, the sins, what is the main sin? The original sin, adi pap. The original sin is what? That original sin is the sin of ignorance, right? So that sin can only be forgiven by the Lord himself. Only Jesus can forgive your sins. That is what they say. So he can only, what we call, give you atonement for your sins. So if you examine this word atonement, at one meant, ATONEMENT. So there also the basic meaning of the word is when you have that oneness with the Ishvara, so that what we call the Tadatma, the oneness happens, then their God can only forgive you for the sins. You cannot do it yourself. Whereas in our philosophy, we have slight difference. We say that when we do sadhana, when we understand our true nature, and we understand that we are infinite, हम अनंत हैं, हम और ब्रह्म एक हैं, then when we get liberated, right? So when not just theoretically, the knowledge should be fixed in our mind and it should reflect in our transaction. हमारे व्यवहार में दिखना चाहिए, not just saying it verbally. So therefore, this, as we said now, let us look at Avatarvad. What is this Avatarvad? How in our Darshan Shastra, we solve this contradiction, whether Ishvara is Asangaha or Sangavan. वो लेप से युक्त है या निर्लेप है. So therefore, when we look at Ishvara, like in the Gita, we have Bhagwan Krishna. So Krishna has a Janamdin. He has a birthday. That birthday we celebrate every year. So what is this avatar? Avatar, what is the meaning of this avatar? Avatar word has two very, very close meanings. So ava means to come down. Niche aana. And taran means to be come. So नीचे की तरफ आना. So avatar means the Lord has descended from above to help the world. Or in Hindi, if we say avatar, the similar word is utarna. Utarna is the similar word for avatar. So this is what we call upbranch. So this is one earth. And then what is the second meaning of avatar? The second meaning is avatarayati janan. The one who crosses the sea, helps us cross the sea of samsar. जो संसार समुद्र के पार हमें लेके जाता है, अवतारयति. So just like the boatman takes us across the river, therefore same way Ishvara also takes us across this river of samsara. This is how he is going to do avatar. So now what is the difference between this jiva and Ishvara? Because you see, Jiva also is doing the same thing. What is the difference then? So what does Jiva do? Jiva also is giving up his Brahma Bhav. Jiva is also giving up his nature of being Brahman, and he has come down. He has come down to the earth. So can't we accept that every Jiva also is is also a avatar? So therefore, the Shruti says here, Tat Sishtva Tadev Anupravishat Swayameva Jagat Bhutva Pravishat Jiva Rupa. So what does this mean? In simple language, it means that the Ishvara himself has descended by his own will. अपनी इच्छा से आए. And by on his own, he has entered this creation. So therefore, each jiva is not the same way. Ishvara, the jiva has come and taken birth because of his ignorance, because of his karma phalam he has taken. He has no control. He will have to be born. Yeah, he will have to take birth. And so therefore, Bhagwan Shankaracharya also says that Jiva is also Brahma, but he is a Brahma who has forgotten his true nature. So he is Brahman without knowing his true nature. Whereas what is the difference with Avatar? He knows his Swarupaha, he knows his full nature totally, all the time. Never at any second does Ishvara not know his true nature. So therefore, he is what we call Jnana Aishwarya Bala Virya Tejobhi Sada Sampanna. He is always endowed with the highest Jnana, the highest knowledge, with highest Aishwarya or highest prosperity, with highest Bala or Shakti, highest Virya or capacity to do something, and highest Teja. So Ishvara has always all these qualities where he is available and all the powers of his he has available to use. But it is his choice. It is his choice whether he wants to use them or whether he wants to keep some of them hidden. Because when he will come to earth, no, he will not use all his powers. So Bhagwan Ram came to earth, he did not use all his powers. If he had used of all his powers, he would have destroyed Ravan in an instant. So he took the form so that he will become what we call Purushottam, someone worthy of enumerating for common people also. ऐसा होना चाहिए हमें. That is the example he became. But in Krishna Bhagwan, he used some more powers. So he did some things which humans cannot do. So we cannot, all of us, emulate or follow Krishna Bhagwan. So there is a difference. So therefore, this Ishvara has the full knowledge of his true nature, and that is how he has come to this earth. And then still what is happening is, he is appearing like with the body, Devan, and appearing that he has a Deha Adhyas, or appearing that he is attached to this body, but he is actually not. So in Gita, Bhagwan is saying to Arjuna, I have given you this Tattva Updesha at some time to Surya also, to Surya Bhagwan also. I'll just share that verse here. So this is the 4th chapter, 1st verse. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manu ikshvake abravit. So he's saying that this yoga, this knowledge about your true nature, or my true nature, I had first given it to Surya Bhagwan. I had given to Surya Bhagwan, and then Surya gave it to his putra, his son Vaivasvat Manuhu, and then so on down the chain to King Ikshvaku, from whose dynasty Rama was. So therefore, he has given that, he has told that I'm telling you a secret. I'm telling you a secret that this knowledge I gave much earlier to Surya Bhagwan. So now Arjuna has a question. He has a question. He says, how do I accept that you gave this knowledge to Surya? How do I accept logically? I am seeing you as a normal being in front of me. So he says what? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarchayo viduhu sakalena iha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. And next one. Sa evayam maya tedhyah yoga proktas puratanaha bhakto sime sakha cheti rahasyam ched uttamam. So here what he is saying is that this tattva updesh, this knowledge that I'm giving to you, I gave it to Surya Bhagwan, but since you are saying that you cannot accept that I gave it, so I am appearing as a mortal being. You saw me, or you heard that I took birth some time ago, and So how can this same person have given it so much earlier? So he says, Arjun, you are my devotee. तुम मेरे भक्त हो. हाँ? So I will give you a very secret. This secret I am going to reveal to you. Sakha cheti rahasya hi etat uttamam. The last line, the third one. So therefore, Bhagwan is saying that I am telling you this because you are my devotee. तुम मेरे भक्त हो. So therefore, I am giving this secret. कि how I have told this secret to how I have revealed this knowledge earlier to others also. So now Arjuna says, why are you choosing me specifically? Why am I someone special? So Bhagwan is saying what? You are my sakha. You are my sakha. You are my friend. You are close to me. So therefore, me sakha cha iti. So you are not just my devotee. You are not my bhakta. You are also my abhinna mitra. So what is this sakha word? So this sakha word is the one who is a very, very close friend. So that is a close friend means sa kha. So kha means what? Kha means akasha. Kha means the space. Right? So one who is one with akasha. So that is the sakha. So therefore, the sakha is one. आपका सखा कौन है? आपका मित्र कौन है? When you are with that person, the whole world becomes shunya. Whole world becomes shunya. So that is the sakha. When you are with your friend, the whole world disappears. You only remember talking to your sakha, your friend. So that is the मीनिंग ऑफ सखा. सो इस सखा यदि अपने पास हो, सारा संसार नहीं के जैसा हो जाता है. द होल वर्ल्ड बिकम्स जीरो. द होल वर्ल्ड बिकम्स लाइक negligible. So that is the what we call the lakshanam of sakha. So when such a friend is near to you, remember any of your best friend, when you are spending time with your friend, other people disappear. You are so busy talking with your friend, your best friend. So Sakha is not just any friend. He is the closest friend. Sakha, one with Akasha. So therefore, Shruti has also many times also told this thing also. Like I have these two birds here and it's written Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya. So Sakha, these two birds are Sakha, Ishvara and Paramatma, always staying together on this same vriksha, this same tree of samsara. So therefore, this Dva Suparna represents the two birds, Jivatma and Paramatma, who are Sakha. So Sakha means someone who is able to negate the world when he is close to that. So this is what this high position Bhagwan Krishna has given to Arjuna. That is why he is saying that this Sakha is someone who is very, very close to me. So you are the dearest to me. That is why I am giving this. So there is a very beautiful Abhilasha Ashtaka. So there it is said, Shunya Ayayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me Yug Ayitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pravrishayitam. So Shunya Ayayitam Jagat. This world becomes like Shunya. It disappears in 1 second only. When I am with Govinda, when I am with Govinda, with Krishna Bhagwan, or Govind Virahen me. Even when I am apart, जब मैं दूर रहता हूँ, when I'm afar from my Krishna, I feel like the whole world does not matter. I want to be with my Krishna. I want to be near to him. This separation is unbearable. So there what happens? Yug ayayitam nimeshena. So even this one nimesh, this 1 second, very, very small second, it appears like one yuga. It appears like thousands of years, right? So we saw earlier also in the story of Bhagwan Vashishta. So he said that when he went into Samadhi and he thought he would go into Samadhi for 100 years, but within a second, that 100 years passed. And within a second, he came out of that Samadhi and found that 100 years had gone by. So in what is happening here, that when you are one with Ishvara, time disappears. No sense of time remains. Any one of you, if you've done any kind of meditation, you would know that when you sit in meditation and you come out of it, then Whether 1 minute has gone or 1 hour has gone, you cannot tell. For a new person, maybe after 5-10 minutes you will come out, but still you will not be able to tell. आप बता नहीं सकोगे कितनी देर हो गई है. So therefore, uh, this oneness with Ishvara, it takes away all of this sense of time. That is his relationship to us. So it is said that in the right eye, in the right eye, the jiva lives. Dakshinakshi Sito Vishwaha. This whole Vishwaha comes out of this right eye of the jiva. So from this, uh, any kind of separation, when there is from that separation is that from Paramatma, it feels like so many millions of janmas have gone by whenever we get in contact with him. So therefore, that appearance, that pratiti that we say, it takes away the feeling of time from us. So therefore, when we are away from that Ishvara, we create so many janmas. कितने जन्म में हम भटक रहे हैं. So we are running through these janmas. Why? Because we took our eye away from Ishvara for 1 second. हमने थोड़े से क्षण भर के लिए उससे अपना ध्यान हटा लिया. So therefore we have become what we call anant jiva. We have gone through so many births. So now what is happening? Viraha is happening. Separation is happening. Right? So like a lover separates from his beloved. So similarly, the Ishvara Bhagwan is our lover. And we are separating from him. So what happens? He is crying. And every teardrop of that Lord is what is this samsara. Every teardrop. That is why we say there is so much dukkha in this samsara. Have you ever thought why there is so much dukkha? Why? Because this samsara has come out of the ashru, the tears of the Lord. Right? So because it has come out, because he sees all the jivas separated from him, and he wants us to go back to him at some time or the other. But for that, we also have to make the commitment, and effort we don't have to make. Effort is in Ishvara's hand. So therefore, this Shunya Ayatam Jagat Sarvam is something that we have to strive for. We have to place our surrender in this Lord. So logically we can try. We can try lot of ways logically to understand why this samsara is shunya. So like we can say parichinnatvat. So because this world is with parts, or we can say jadatvat, because this samsara is non-sentient, non-consciousness. But the more kind of logic you give, that more this jagat, it comes and disturbs you. The more you try to think logically कि कैसे मैं जगत को हटा दूं, the more it comes and disturbs. So there is a rule. There is a rule in psychology. What is that rule? That something, if there is something that is worries you a lot, जो तुम्हें बहुत चिंता देती है, अंदर से दिल को खा जाती है, if there is something that eats you up from within, and you try to remove it, the more you try to remove it, the more you repeat that thing. More it comes back to you again and again. Right? So the more we try to prove this Jagat or this universe as asatya, unreal, non-existent, the more it comes and disturbs us. For common people, it does not bother them. Common people, they are so busy in the world, it doesn't bother them. So for them, the world is real. So they don't even think that it is unreal. So for the person who finally decides to come to God, for him only he makes the effort. And the more he makes the effort, more difficult it becomes for him to negate the world. That is why we have to do lot of sadhana. We have to do lot of sadhana. So therefore, what do we need for that sadhana to succeed? सफल होने के लिए क्या चाहिए? We want sakha bhav from Ishvara. Until he gives us his sakha bhav, no, we will not be successful. We will not be with him. The sansar will not become shunya. So therefore, we have to bring him in front of us. We have to sit. We have to talk to him. We cannot say hum aur tum do hai. No, you have to make your mind one with him, so that when he is speaking to you, you will feel like you are talking to yourself only, or just the Lord is talking. No one is listening. He alone is doing both sides of the conversation. Right? So therefore, when you sit with the Lord, it is like sitting with the Sakha, with your best friend, and then samsara disappears. So therefore, here again, Gita, what Bhagwan is saying, ki lot of bhaktas I have, but you are my Sakha. So therefore, that I am giving you this secret, this rahasya, this secret I am giving you. And therefore, I will not hide anything. I will tell you the truth. So now Arjuna is saying what? Please tell me. Bataiye. So Bhagwan is saying, I will say to you, whatever I will say to you, it will appear contradictory. Ulta pulta lagega. Because topic is like that. It is not easy to understand my love for you. Love is most complex thing to understand. Someone will say to you, no, I love you. You will first test. You will suspect. सच में प्यार करते हो क्या? करके दिखाओ. कहाँ कब मुझे मेरा साथ छोड़ते हो? So that kind of thing is there. No, it is very, very difficult to express love. So Lord is saying what? Bhagwan is saying कि this secret that I'm going to tell you, listen to me with Shraddha. Shraddha, you listen to me with Shraddha. Just look at the verse. Gita. So sa evayam maya te adya yogaha proktah puratana bhakto asi me sakha chya iti rahasya hi etad uttama. So this secret that I'm going to tell you is very, very deep. So what he's saying, Lord is saying, aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvatah katham etad vijaniyam tvamado proktavaniti. And once next, bahuni me vyatitani janmani tav charjuna tanyam ved sarvani natvam ved parantapa. So just a simple translation. Here, Lord is saying that I have had many, many births. And same way you also have had many, many births. And therefore, you don't know all these births. Tani aham veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. I know all my births. I know all your births also. But you don't know because you are under the spell of Maya. So you don't know all of these births. So therefore, Bhagwan is saying, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna. So now Arjuna is having a doubt. He's saying, you are saying your lot of births have gone by. So how is it happening? How is it happening? Why do you need to take birth again and again? Why can't you take birth once and stay in the world and bless us always? So he's confused. So here, what is Bhagwan saying? He's saying Bahuni. Bahuni means you are manifesting me. तुम मुझे बुला रहे हो, इसलिए मैं आ रहा हूं. I'm not just coming on my own. Because you are my sakha, you are calling for me. Therefore, what is the concept of the avatarvad? That Bhagwan says that परित्राणाय साधूनाम विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय sambhavami yuge yuge. So I will come when the sadhus are being persecuted. I will come when the dushkritam, the evil people have to be killed. So I am not coming all of the time. Whenever the beings, the jivatmas will call me, then I will come. Then I will come and help them, right? So therefore, do not understand this in the wrong way, that the difference is he's in the next line, he says janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvata. My janmas, my karmas are divya. They are with maya. They are difficult for you to understand. So it is difficult for a common person to understand. Yo vetti tatvata. So that divyata, that divinity is in Bhagwan. It is not in the jiva. It is not in the jivatma. So therefore Bhagwan says, ajo api san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. So Bhagwan says, I have also a bandhan. Mere mein bhi bandhan hai. So Arjuna is surprised. How can Lord have bandhan? So Lord is saying, you have a different bandhan. Your bandhan is what? Your bandhan is your desire. तुम्हारी इच्छाएं. So because of that, you keep coming to the world. My bandhanam is ajo api san. I cannot be born. मैं पैदा नहीं हो सकता. मैं जन्म नहीं ले सकता. I cannot take birth. Yeah, so the jiva, he cannot stay without taking janma, but I cannot take janma. But how do I appear to take janma? ऐसे लगता है कि मैंने जन्म लिया. So I appear to take this janma just because you desired me, just because you wanted me in your life. So for the Jeev, his death and his birth, they are sure, certain. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu, dhruva janma mrityasya. So this our mrityu and our janma, they are both definite according to our karma phalam. This is said in the second adhyaya. So therefore, Bhagavan says that when I take janma, then this is my bandhan. This bandhan is what? This bandhan is prompted by your love, your need for me. तुम्हारी आवश्यकता जो है मेरे प्रति, इसलिए मैं जन्म लेता हूँ. So a lot of people, they say, how can this avyaya Ishvara take janma? So they say that Lord does not take janma on his own. Some part of it is his taking janma. So is in some places, some people explain, some other people, they have explained that Ishvara is having Ansha avatar. So some in some avatars he has taken only some part of birth, and some it is said Purna avatar, like Krishna is said to be Purna avatar. So here Bhagwan is saying what? He is saying Avyaya Atma. No, that is not correct. My parts, I cannot have any kind of parts. मेरे हिस्से नहीं होते हैं. So and therefore I am Avyaya Atma. So I cannot be with parts. So whatever I do with full effort, with full heart. Otherwise, I will be apurna. I will be incomplete. So therefore, I cannot be born out of one part, and the remaining part remains there. So that will make me what we call, Bhagavan says, pakhandi or mithyachari. I cannot be that. So therefore, I cannot be like Allah. I cannot be like the best of deceivers, that is said there. So here he is saying, I cannot be in this manner. We project our desires upon Ishvara. जैसे हमने चाहा वैसे. So there he is saying that whatever I do with Purnatvam. So my knowledge, my jnana, my desire or ichha, and my action, jnana, ichha, kriya, they can never be with any kind of differences. Difference उसमें भाग नहीं हो सकते. I cannot be with any kind of any kind of divisions, right? And then second part is what? Bhutanam Ishwaropi san. I cannot also be slave to anyone. I will always be the Ishvara. I will be the ruler of the of the different beings. So what are the beings? They are Jad. Because all the beings that you see, they are with the body, mind. That is the being that we see. So therefore, Bhagavan is saying that I cannot be any kind of I cannot be with under the rulership of anyone else. So therefore, I will always be the Shasak. So now Arjuna is having doubt. He's saying, but you are appearing like one with parts. You are appearing like with the body. You are appearing as one who has taken a birth. Even when someone shoots at you with the arrow, then blood also comes out. खून भी निकलता है आपका. So Bhagwan says कि I have a different kind of power. मेरे में एक शक्ति है. So it says that I can take up any kind of feature or form or condition according to my desire. So there is said that in the earlier avatars, Bhagwan had Varaha avatar. So in Varaha avatar, he was so big that on his nose he had carried the earth. पूरी पृथ्वी को अपनी नाक पे उठा लिया था. So therefore his body was so big that the seven seas, they could not fill up one gap between his two hairs. दो रोम कूपों के बीच के गैप को भी नहीं भर सके, इतने बड़े. So he was so big. So now he says that Lord has this power to be as big and as small. So there he could not have, he could not, even the whole ocean could not make him wet. But in Krishna Bhagwan Avatar, what he is doing, he is taking the opposite role also. So Yashoda Ma is telling him, come Krishna, take a bath. He is feeling cold. मुझे ठंड लग रही है, मैं नहीं नहाऊंगा. So, mothers, how they used to give bath. They don't take a mug or something. They will take their hand and then they wash the child because usko ठंड नहीं लगेगी. So that is how she is ready with this Anjali Jalam भवेत कृष्ण प्रकट से. तो वो बुलाती है, शी इज कॉलिंग, प्लीज कम, आई विल गिव यू अ बाथ, डोंट वरी, यू विल नॉट फील कोल्ड, माय हैंड विल रब ऑन यू. सो देयरफॉर she is calling Bhagwan. So still he is running away. No, 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 no. You are making a fool of me. मुझे ठंड लगेगी. So this Lord, this Krishna, who is he's the same Varaha. He is the same Varaha who has come now as Krishna, and there he could absorb the whole sea. Now this he is afraid of this little water. So what he's saying? Prakritim Swamadhishtaya Sambhavami Atmamaya. This Prakriti is within my control. I can choose to let it act upon me the way I want. मैं जितना चाहूं वो मुझे असर करेगी, और नहीं चाहूं तो नहीं करेगी. So therefore, Sambhavami Atma Maya. I have appeared because of my own Maya. So this is the Lord telling that how he is taking up this Srishti, right? So now another question arises here. What is the question? That what is his nature? Prakriti kya hai Ishwar ki? So what is his nature? So when Bhagavan has said that all the beings of the world, they move according to their own nature. Prakritim yani bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. He said everyone is bound by their nature and you cannot move out of that. So whatever may be your nature, you have to move according to that, and according to that you have to mold your lifestyle. But what about Bhagwan? He says, Ye yatha mam prabhadyante das tathaiv bhajami ham. So my prakriti becomes whatever is the prakriti of what my bhakta wants me to become. And then he says, bhajami aham. So what is the secret word here? The secret word is, whenever someone comes to me, I take up the form according to what he wants to me. In Gita, it's also said that patram pushpam phalam toyam. So whatever small things also you offer to me, I accept with love. And also that whatever devta you worship, that worship comes to me only. So Lord takes up all the forms of different devtas to take up your worship. जो भी आप उनको ऑफर कर रहे हो, whatever you are giving to him, he will accept in that way only. So therefore, whoever comes to the Lord, he will take up that form which the devotee wants him to take, and he will accept your offering according to that. So here what he is saying is, bhajami aham, मैं भजन कर रहा हूं. So mostly what do we think? We do bhajan. We do a praise or stuti of the Lord. But Bhagavan is saying, no, you don't do. You think you are doing. You think you are doing bhajanam. I am the one who is doing the bhajanam. मेरे बिना तुम भजन नहीं कर सकते. So I am the one through whom you are doing the bhajanam. You are only expressing your desire. You're expressing how you want me to come to you. But after that, tam tathaiv bhajami aham. So whatever way you are asking me to, I am going to be giving whatever you are asking for. It looks a bit weird or different, but Bhagwan has said this is something that is very, very secret. So understand very, very clearly. So we have seen that bhajan, normally we think that jiva, the person, the individual, he is doing bhajanam. So Bhagwan is saying that how can jiv do bhajanam? So jiv only thinks that I am doing bhajanam, but it is actually the Lord who does bhajanam, or who gives his love to us. He is the one who gives his love to us. So we jiva, we don't have the power to love Lord. We don't have this power. हमें वो शक्ति ही नहीं है. So you have seen this patanga, this fire, this moth who comes in the rainy season, and they come to the parwana कहते हैं ना उर्दू है. So they come to that deepak, they come to the fire and they get burned. So lot of people, mostly what you think is that patanga, he goes towards this this fire, and that is why he gets burnt. That is one way of thinking of it, right? But understand one thing, when how will this patanga go towards this? That is why that happens only because this diya, this lamp, is not just a lamp. Lamp is the light. Lamp is the light that is all pervading, going everywhere. That lamp enters the eye of that patanga, and it that patanga is drawn by that light. The deepak is reflected in the eye of that. That is what our shastras say. No. So there is a song in Urdu, Patanga is and the Shama. वो तो जला बस पल दो पल शम्मा तो सारी रात जली. So Patanga, that he burns for a moment, but that diya is burning all the time. That is the love of the Lord. The love of the Lord is always burning for us, and He always wants to bring us close to Him. And then bringing close to Him, what does He want? He wants us to become one with Him. जल के उनके साथ एक हो जाओ. You don't be separate from Him. So this sarva vyapak light, this all pervading light, this enters into this eye of this patanga, this eye of this moth, right? And then that through that light, he is attracted and he comes close to that lamp and he becomes one with the light. So therefore, why does this deepak with this light enter into that? Why does it have this love for this patanga? Because he has seen that that patanga, that moth, it does not have it does not have the knowledge of light. So therefore, he wants to make it one with him. So therefore, it comes attracted to what is his own true nature only. It is born to be born to enter there. So therefore, whenever we think of ourselves as a knower, pramata. So whenever we think of ourselves as a knower, as a normal jiva, then how do you have any kind of sadness in your life? दुख कब होता है? कितनी देर के लिए होता है? Whenever you are experiencing some object or situation, at that time you have dukkha. So once that vritti, that thought is ended, that object has gone away, that dukkha goes away, right? That dukkha is supposed to go away. But who remains even after that dukkha? The sakshi. The sakshi chaitanyam, the consciousness remains, right? So like we have a operation of a stomach or whatever. So we have this pain when our stomach is cut, that पेट कटने का दुख होता है. So that sadness will go away for few days or a month maximum. But even after many years, when we remember that, suddenly we कांप जाते हैं हम. We just feel very very sad. So who is remembering that? That is the sakshi, that sakshi bhasyata. So that sakshi is who? That sakshi is Ishvara only. So we experience our pain for even a very short time, but the Lord is experiencing our pain all the time. जो भी हमने जीवन भर दुख को झेला है, whatever sadness that we have experienced, the Lord is so close to us. He loves us so much that he is experiencing all our pain at the same time only. So therefore, this Ishvara that you are thinking as Nirlep, as someone who is non-connected, actually he is not. He becomes sad with your sadnessness, and that sadness becomes an imprint on that Lord for infinite times. It will never get erased. That is his nature. That is his prakriti. That is his prakriti, to be one with all the beings of the universe and give his love to them and share their sorrows and hold their sorrows in his heart. So therefore, this is the Lord's love for us. He is always there for us. And he is the one who is taking care of all our things. So therefore, this bhajan that we are saying, this Bhagwan is doing this bhajan. So Jeev cannot do any kind of love. Jeev cannot have any kind of love. This love is a projection of the Lord's reflection. It's a projection of the Lord's power. So therefore, just like this, we saw this deepak, this lamp, it has entered the eye of this moth, and it has entered through that eye into his heart, and therefore through the heart, the moth has been attracted to the flame. Same way, Ishvara, he's waiting for one glance. एक नजर घुमा दो मेरी तरफ और फिर मैं जला दूंगा तुमको. He is waiting for us to turn one eye towards us, and there, and like lightning, he will come to enter our hearts, and he will attract us towards him. So therefore, we just need to turn our vision towards us, and then what will happen? We will become one with him. जैसा ईश्वर का स्वभाव हमारा भी बन जाएगा. We will become one with Ishvara. We will always be wanting to be one with him. So once we experience that love of Ishvara, we will not want to be separate from him, and that is the Sakha Bhav. That is the Sakha Bhav, that we will never be want to be away from him. So when we are together with him, then also world has disappeared. When he's away, when we are away from him, then also our thoughts are with Ishvara only, and time will be like at a standstill, or you can say 1 second will appear like many million years, right? So that is just like the love of the lamp and the moth, same the love for the Ishvara with for the Jivatma, right? So we will see a bit more of this in the next class. Time is up. A very beautiful topic, and it goes on a lot of things to be said here. So we'll wind up for today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasichyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Tat Sat.